So we're gonna watch the trailer.
You've obviously watched this before.
Of course I watched it. We're gonna watch the trailer for Solo right now. So let's put on our headphones and check it out.
I've been running scams on the street since I was 10. Those people flighted at me for having a mind of my own. I'm gonna be a pilot. Best in the galaxy.
Look how clean it is.
I heard people talk about that.
I'm putting together a crew. You in?
That's yes.
That's summer, okay.
I might be the only person. Who knows what you really are?
That's the Game of Thrones chick.
What's that?
Get ready.
Thought we were in trouble there for a second, but it's fine. We're fine.
Memorial Day.
So May, end of May. Okay, so as it always goes with Star Wars stuff with me, like none of this stuff is as impactful for me as
For
it is
you.
for someone like you or lifelong Star Wars fan. So I have to know, what do you think of this trailer? And are you excited? Did the trailer excite you more, excite you less? Tell me about it.
I'm excited for it.
Okay.
I'm definitely excited for this movie. It looks so good.
Okay, so you're happy.
Yeah.
I think that's been the general consensus. I don't think people have been like, what the fuck is this, you know?
Yeah, it's I kind of second guessed their pick for Han Solo. But after watching the trailer, I thought they did a pretty good job.
So that's been the big criticism that I think that I've heard the most is a lot of people have been like, well, that just doesn't seem like Han Solo. But it's how? I mean,
They basically just made his hair that way and kind of dressed him that
well,
way.
it's just like no matter what, of course, like when you think Han Solo, you're gonna always think Harrison Ford. You like,
Yeah.
and it's not gonna be Harrison Ford. And so, what are you gonna do? Like, yeah, there's some circumstances where Hollywood does a good job of finding someone to play a younger version of an actor, and it actually works. But I mean, you can't always find someone's doppelganger, or you know,
Yeah.
you can't always find someone that sounds the same and all this other stuff. But I think that's the biggest complaint that I've heard is people being like, it doesn't feel like Han Solo to me. So it's cool that you feel better about it after seeing the trailer. Also, just so I don't just say Game of Thrones chick, Emilia Clarke. I didn't realize that was her at first.
Oh, her.
Yeah.
Okay.
There wasn't audio.
Yeah, I know. I
in the
saw
trailer.
that.
Okay.
I'll fix that.
Yeah. Thanks, Cheesy.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it looks good. I like that Chewbacca pretty much takes forever to age, so he kind of pretty much looks the same. At least from the original
Yeah.
trilogy.
Yeah.
Because they kind of aged him a little bit in Force Awakens and Last Jedi.
No, I got
A little bit, not much. But
See,
like,
those are
I think
details I'm not
Wookiees,
gonna
yeah, I think
notice.
Wookiees are supposed to like live to like for 400 years or something like
Okay.
that.
And the other comment that you made too, oh, so that person heard the
That
trailer.
person heard.
Weird. Okay, well, anyways, about the Millennium Falcon looking so clean.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people talk about that too.
So yeah, because that craft has been through a lot,
Mhm.
as you can tell by watching even the original movies.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
How early, like, so when I heard people talk about the cleanliness of the Millennium Falcon, I thought I heard people say that like this isn't necessarily set that far back from, say, like, you know, I guess what, I don't know if they were talking about the prequels or if they were talking about episode.
Oh, like what
4.
timeline? Is that If it's after the prequels.
Because I honestly think it was Tim Geddes. He said something like, "It's so clean," and he's like, "How does it get so fucked up?" Because I think he said like based on the timeline, this movie isn't that far back. Like I don't know what, but I don't remember if he was saying that far back from the prequels, or from episode 4.
Probably episode 4.
Okay.
Maybe.
So I remember him just being like, "Man, like
No,
some shit must have happened for it to
It
get
might
so
be
dirty."
probably after.
Okay.
It's probably after the prequels. It has to be after the prequels.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but that was his comment. He's like, "What happens in so little time for that to get so fucked up? Because it looks so clean in this."
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
even in the originals, like he does say he makes a few modifications for himself. Plus he's not the original owner.
Mm.
He won it from Lando, as we know in Empire Strikes Back. So, like I don't know what he does, and we'll probably find out.
Yeah.
But
Throws a couple parties, gets trashed.
yeah, but I mean he's a smuggler.
Yeah.
When watching the trailer too, the way I'm putting a crew together, it kind of even gave me like nostalgic feelings for Firefly, because basically Mal is pretty much like a Han Solo type of character.
Gotcha.
And it just made me kind of like, hey, you know what? I kind of want to watch Firefly again.
I know you love Firefly.
Yes, there are so many great actors in this movie.
Yeah, like I said, I think this is the second time I've seen the trailer, and I didn't even notice Emilia Clarke the first time.
Yeah.
So yeah, Donald Glover, Woody Harrelson.
I forgot Woody
Tandy
Harrelson
Newton.
was in it.
Tandy Newton's in it. She's in the trailer, I think, only for a couple seconds, but she's in it. I think it's Tandy, right? Tandy Newton. So yeah.
Yeah.
Clint Howard. Of course. Anyways, cool, man. So I'm glad that you're excited about it. I think it looks cool. I actually really like the Super Bowl teaser. Even what they showed.
Yeah,
them.
that teaser was
like,
really
that's
good.
really fucking awesome. I probably even could have been. I
could have been satisfied with that
just
too.
Seen that
Yeah.
and just been okay. So yeah, how do you feel? Because it looks like there's some CG in this movie. Like, how do you feel about
Yeah,
CG
you
in
know
Star
what? That
Wars?
ending part where they almost hit that octopus alien
thing.
thing. Like I was like, oh, that's a little bit too much.
Right.
But I mean, I'm not going to judge it on just that.
Force Awakens had mostly practical effects, but there was still like maybe
There's
like
still a lot of heavy
thing,
CG.
like one thing, like a couple things that had CG, right? in
Well,
Force
all the
Awakens.
fights, air battles.
Okay.
I guess there's no air in space, so space battles.
Right. And then I know The Last Jedi definitely had a lot of CG.
Oh yeah.
Is that so? Does that bother you that much?
No, not really.
Okay. I know some people get really because I know that's the thing.
Like it did kind of leave a bad taste when I saw that CG alien, but at the same time,
Well,
like
yeah.
I had fun watching
Right.
this trailer.
Because I know that was the big thing with Force Awakens is people were so excited. It's like it's mostly practical effect. I know Kevin Smith hammered that home like so often, and I remember hearing people get kind of a little bummed that Last Jedi had a little bit more CG than Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I don't know how much this is going to have, but it definitely has it. But
I'm sure it will.
it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But
cool.
We'll see what happens.
So actually, you want to know something though? Here's another story. So speaking of Emilia Clarke and Game of Thrones, so this movie comes out Memorial Day.
Right.
Last Jedi just came out in December, but this is the Star Wars movie of the year. There's nothing else after
No.
this, and so then after that, Episode 9 is going to
Next
presumably come out. I don't know. Is it December or is it going to be May?
Usually.
Now that this movie is May, it makes you wonder because that'll be a year. Rogue One and Force Awakens both came out in December, but then the Last Jedi came out in December, and now this year's Rogue One is coming out in May. So I don't know if an official date's been put out there for Episode 9, but it makes you wonder if Episode
If it's
9
gonna come
will
out
be
in
in
May.
May or December.
That would be interesting.
So with that said, though,
But the last two though were in December.
I know, right?
So
But
why
in this,
wouldn't it come out in December?
because now this year's Rogue One Solo is coming out in May,
Where did Rogue One come out?
December.
Did it come out in December?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Let me verify.
It's gonna come out May 4th.
Yeah, Rogue One came out December 10th.
Huh.
So this is breaking the December theme. Let me see if Star Wars Episode 9 has a release
Okay, well, you
date.
look up that. Kind of hard to do Star Wars without CG. Yes, that's for sure. I think CGI or visual effects just kind of has a bad taste in a lot of Star Wars' fans' mouth because of the prequels. But yeah, I think we've evolved so much from, or our technology has evolved so much where sometimes it's kind of hard to tell between the two. I mean, it's the obvious, but
Yeah.
but yeah.
So Episode 9 comes out December 20th, 2019. So it does have a date. I guess it could always get bumped. So
Could get bumped.
it's going to be a little bit longer wait then between Star Wars stuff, which I think is good because
There's plenty of other stuff coming out.
they aren't fucking marveling it yet, like marvelifying it yet. But I mean, I'm just fearful of them getting to a place where
To a point.
it's too much.
Yeah.
Which again, I brought up. I still haven't gotten to my point about Game of Thrones and Star Wars. I want to just make sure what I saw is true. But I saw a story earlier this week that
Right.
we already know about the Rian Johnson. Yeah, so we already know about the Rian Johnson trilogy that is separate from the main stuff. You know, so that's something else entirely. That's not going to be episode 10. Blah 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 blah. Well, yeah, no, this is a legit story. So the people behind Game of Thrones producers and stuff are also getting their own Star Wars movies. That is going to be separate from the Rian Johnson stuff.
Yes, these new people they hired.
Right.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
There's a lot of fucking Star Wars shit coming our way, man. Like, that's again, if they space it out enough, I think it'll be okay. But we're talking, we're gonna end up like, as far as you're concerned, like, you think there'll be an episode 10, right? Or do you think this is gonna end this saga entirely?
I think this would probably end the saga.
You don't think there'll be an episode 10?
I don't know. I don't know if they've talked about that, but I think it would end this saga and continue with. I mean, they got 2 new chapters,
Right.
You know, with these.
So
Rian
it's something different.
Johnson and-
Rian
yeah.
Johnson, now the Game of Thrones people, but I mean, like episode 1 through 9, like that stuff all feels like mainline Star Wars to me. You know.
Mad Projector. Okay, I couldn't read.
that?
I couldn't read his name because it's so dark.
Oh, I think just Mad Project.
Oh, Mad Project.
Mada Project or Mada
Okay.
Project. There's an extra A in there.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Fuck, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
They're
Oh,
two
yeah.
different.
So I mean, you think when episode 9 happens, like, then from there will never be like a Star Wars episode 10. You think it's over? You don't know.
I don't know. I can't say. I would think so, because I know, according to George Lucas, like, he made the originals, then he made the prequels, and then he, in an old interview, he says he would like to do three more, you know, of Excalibur passing down the sword, which are these new ones that we're getting. You know, yeah, it's no longer in his hands anymore. So, could they make more on this same type of, like, with Rey and Kylo? Like, yeah, they could probably do it. I would think so.
That's why I kind of think that's going to
But,
happen. Like, I feel like that's
yeah.
going to happen. I think that's still going to be the mainline Star Wars, while the other stuff is all
Yeah, we will Star Wars till we die.
right. Exactly. Like, I think there's going to. I think, you know, there will be an episode 10, 11, 12, and I think that's always going to be the main Star Wars, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But then there's these branch offs
Yeah.
that are different. So it's just interesting. It's just a lot of shit.
So you got really deep into this conversation.
Me?
No, yeah,
Oh.
like you got really deep into it. I like
don't
that.
know. Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to. It's just interesting to me, I guess. So, so that's that. You're excited.